So I just found out that the breast implants that I had put in, God, like 4 or 5 years ago, have been recalled. I never got notified. Even though like I'm Miss Supernatural, eat organic, eat clean food, move my body, I decided to get breast implants because I hated my breasts after having 3 kids. My breasts, my son's dirty socks are right here, literally looked like this. And they were 2 different sizes. This might be too much information, but this one was like a flat C that hung down this way, and this one was a full size smaller, and it sort of pointed that way. And it got to the point where I was like self-conscious when I was being intimate with my husband. So I decided I'm gonna take control of this. I am going to do something about the wet socks that are hanging down like skin flaps on my body. And I went and had implants put in. I find out the freaking implants have been recalled. So we start reading about it, and I immediately jump to, why didn't the doctor tell me? And then I dive into the information online, and it's tied to cases of lymphoma. Why am I sharing all this? I'm sharing all of this because when you start to get information, it's really tempting to go down a rabbit hole and to spend hours looking online and call all your friends and can you believe it, and oh my God, and this, that, and the other thing, and you want to talk about it, and you want to spin all this negative stuff in your mind. And I am not going to do that, because if I start to panic or spend hours on WebMD or call every girlfriend of mine and complain that this has happened to me, it's going to feel way worse than it probably is. And there's no need for me to make this worse than it already is. And so here's what I'm going to do. If you've got something going on in your life where you're starting to ruminate and catastrophize, you got to stop that right now, because your thoughts will make it way worse. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice wiping away negative thoughts. Literally, if I have a negative thought pop in my mind, what if I have lymphoma? What if there's something really wrong? Why didn't they tell me? This always happens to me. I never should have gotten it in the first place. See, I'm gonna be like, I'm not thinking about that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am not thinking about that. And what I'm gonna tell myself is, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna go through this alone. I'm also gonna tell myself, probably nothing's gonna happen. And I'm also gonna tell myself, if I get bad news, I'll deal with it then. Right now, all I need to know is that because this has happened, maybe I can get this paid for, which is kind of good, because I was planning on doing it anyway, and I'm having symptoms of numbness in my armpit, my hands, and I want to get them out. If I get negative news and I have some situation I have to deal with, I'll deal with it then. And I'm not going to go through it alone. But what I'm not going to do right now is I refuse to torture myself with negative thoughts about the unknown. You don't have to either. Just tell yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm not going to think about that. And reassure yourself that if something does come up, you'll deal with it then. You're capable of it. You're not going to go through it alone. All right, I will keep sharing about the journey of having these implants out. I know every man that follows me right now is now unfollowing me because you probably don't even want to hear about this. If you're dealing with something like I'm dealing with right now that's a little bit stressful, I hope you start dealing with the stress by managing what thoughts you allow in your mind. Because you can't change what's happened, you can't change what's gonna happen, but you can always change how you think about it and what you allow yourself to think about. And that's where the power is. Because if I stay grounded and optimistic and I keep my wits about me, I'll make the best decisions. And I will have the best attitude, which means I'll probably have the best outcome, and so will you. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like this video, I have a suspicion you're gonna like these two next.